Yep.
Let's talk about keto. I mean, you have a lot of information out there, and we'll talk about your new book coming up as well about keto. What are the best foods to eat on a ketogenic diet, and why?
Well, obviously, as practicing functional medicine, I've realized that one man's superfood could be another man's poison, basically, right? So sometimes it needs to be a little bit customized, but in general, the foods that I find that people really seem to do the best with are going to be your grass-fed meats, so like grass-fed beef, grass-fed lamb, bison. Also, your poultry, right? So getting it organic, naturally raised. Organic eggs, avocados are really good, olives, olive oil, green leafy vegetables. So these are all really good. Nuts and seeds can be really helpful. Dark chocolate that's unsweetened can be really helpful as well. And, things like celery, cucumbers, lemons, and limes. I'm a huge fan of using lemons and limes as well, because they are a fruit. You get really a lot of the benefits of fruit. You're going to get I really would say most of the benefits of fruit you're going to get from something like lemons or limes, and they don't have any sugar in them. Okay. And the fact that they're sour foods naturally are going to actually, we always say bitter is good for the liver. And these sour foods are really, really good for stimulating digestive juice production. So helping stimulate stomach acid, bile, pancreatic enzyme production. And this is something that's really, really important when it comes to digestive process. And most people have no idea how to stimulate these things. So drinking something like apple cider vinegar in water, or lemon or lime in water throughout the day, or like right before a meal, maybe 15 minutes before a meal, having a little bit of that can really help stimulate the digestive juices. I'm also a big fan of putting lemon or lime or apple cider vinegar on your food. So if you're eating meat, eating vegetables, the acids in there will actually pre-digest the meat and the vegetables. And vitamin C, or lemons also have vitamin C and also bioflavonoids, which help to improve your oxygen delivery to all your cells. They actually improve your capillary permeability. And so they take stress off the endothelial lining of the blood vessels, which again helps you drive more oxygen into the deep parts of your body. So you want to get that into your system. So I'm a huge fan of using lemons and limes, squeeze them on my meat, on my vegetables. It makes food taste better that way. And again, you're really going to get the benefits that you would get from any other fruit, you're going to get from the lemons and limes without the sugar. Okay. And we always have to consider anti-nutrients. And if we take in too much sugar at once, that's going to actually deplete more nutrients than, whatever it's bringing with it. And so lemons and limes don't do that. So the net cost is very low, right? But the net gain is great, because those organic acids are great for the gut. They're great for stimulating these digestive juices. They make food taste better, and you got the vitamin C and the bioflavonoids. So my favorite fruit are lemons, limes, avocados, and olives, believe it or not. And then also, if you are metabolically flexible, right? Or if you're looking to carb cycle, berries are a great source, because berries will elevate your blood sugar. Okay. And consuming too many berries will not allow your body to get into ketosis. However, again, they also provide a tremendous amount of nutrients. They taste good. So you get a good benefit from that as well. So those would be some of the best. Grass-fed butter. I forgot that as well. Grass-fed butter is one of the best. You've got vitamin A. Oh, there you go. Exactly. So you got tons of fat-soluble vitamin A. And this is something that most people are not getting enough of in our society, is fat-soluble vitamin A. So a lot of times we think about vitamin A, we think about carrots, okay? And carrots provide a source, but it's an inferior source. It's beta carotene. Your best source of vitamin A is your fat-soluble retinol, which you're going to find in your egg yolk, in your grass-fed butter. Organ meats have it. So those are really the best sources. And so grass-fed butter is something great. We use it all the time as a family. And you can put it on your vegetables, like things like broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts. These sorts of vegetables are great ketogenic foods, very low carbohydrate, very low impact on your insulin levels, and loads of nutrients in them. And they're great carriers for butter, right? So you just kind of make your Brussels sprouts, right? Melt a bunch of butter in there, or broccoli with butter, and they taste great. People are always saying, well, how do you get kids to eat vegetables? And I always say, you just kind of put enough butter on there, right? And they'll enjoy it. So that, and then herbs, so I use a lot of herbs: basil, oregano, thyme, rosemary. So these Mediterranean style herbs are really good, because they're aromatic and any sort of good smelling herb is helping stimulate your digestive juices. And you want to do everything you possibly can to prioritize good digestion. You know, our gut lining is only one cell wall thick. And when we have inflammation, or if we're eating too quickly or eating the wrong types of foods, it's going to damage that gut lining and cause permeability. And that's going to increase inflammation in the body. And so when we're doing things that naturally stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system, like smelling herbs, believe it or not, stimulates your vagus nerve, stimulates the production of stomach acid, bile, pancreatic enzymes. These things are going to allow you to get the optimal digestion, which is going to reduce the amount of bacterial fermentation that takes place in the small intestine. That's important because the small intestine is probably the most sensitive area of your digestive tract. Okay, and a lot of people develop small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, or they have parasites in their small intestine, or they have fungal overgrowth in there, and that causes a tremendous amount of issues. So smelling good quality herbs, cinnamon is another good one. Ginger is another great one. So smelling these herbs, eating them, right? So chewing on some ginger, for example, or drinking them, like drinking a little bit of lemon water or something like that. Putting them on your food. All these things are going to help optimize your digestion, take stress off your gut, help you absorb your nutrients better, and really help you get the best benefits from your diet.
That's such great advice, especially for somebody who's considering going keto in 2020. Great advice for beginners. Actually, in my Keto Camp Academy, I have a 28-day keto jumpstart. And week one is, hey, bitters are better. We need to stimulate bile flow so you can break down the fat. So I have a lot of those foods included, along with coffee. Coffee is a great way to stimulate the bile as well. Cranberries in moderation could stimulate it. And another bonus tip to stimulating healthy bile production, it'll help remove toxins when you burn fat and release toxins into the bloodstream. So that tip right there is golden. You broke it down very
super
well.
important. And bile also sterilizes the small intestine. So, and bile and stomach acid work hand in hand together. And there's so many people that have low stomach acid, and those same things that help stimulate bile stimulate stomach acid. Radishes, artichokes. Okay, these things are great. Dandelion, cilantro, parsley, easy things that you can apply, that you can put in your meals that will really help.